Hey guys, what's up and welcome to Screen Orb. In Storage Wars, the dream is to find that one big score, that fabled locker which holds hidden treasures and riches unsurpassed. While there are some times when a rusty generator, a burst bouncy castle, and half a ton of out-of-date dry pet food prove to be the spoils of the day, sometimes a locker hunter's dreams can and do come true. But before we begin, I would want you to hit that subscribe button to enter our monthly shoutout giveaway. Just comment down below saying I subscribed and we will enter you into the giveaway. Number 1. Art by Frank Gutierrez. One of the show's mainstay cast, Daryl Sheets, also known as The Gambler, had built a reputation for taking risks that looked uncalculated. Well, he made what has been regarded as the show's biggest find to date. He bid $3,600 on a locker simply because he liked the looks of some of the artwork inside. After a little research, the artwork turned out to be original paintings by Frank Gutierrez. Much to everyone's disbelief, the lot turned out to be valued at more than $300,000. Later, Sheets said he spoke with Gutierrez, who actually owned the storage unit and was nice enough to return some of the artist's personal items, just not the thousands of dollars worth of artwork. Smart man. Number 2. Past Storage Wars regular Dave Hester was the buyer everyone loved to hate. He was known for driving up prices of storage units if he knew a fellow buyer was eyeing it. That aside, Hester was a pretty lucky buyer. Case in point, in 2010, a significant amount of newspapers were discovered in a storage unit for which Hester had bid $750 on. The newspapers in the unit were from the same day that Elvis Presley had passed away, on August 16, 1977. The newspapers were in great and, most importantly, readable condition. It doesn't sound like a jackpot, but they turned out to be limited edition Elvis Presley newspapers, valued at around $90,000. Number 3. Pirate Loot. Back in 2011, Dan and Laura from Storage Wars auctioned off a locker for the average enough sum of $1,000 US in what proved to be one of the most remarkable sales of their career, a hoard of pirate treasure. Spanish gold, quote, pieces of 8, some as old as the 16th century, was found in the locker. The box of coins, which proved to be worth an excess of $500,000, was so heavy that it required 3 people to move it out of storage. The lucky buyer chose to remain anonymous, probably just in case any angry pirates came looking for their loot. Number 4. Couple Brandy Passant and Jared Schultz were definitely the underdog, rookies if you may, of the show. They were the hard-working rookies who didn't employ manipulative tactics like the other bidders. More often than not, they ended up losing more money than they gained. However, fate smiled on them later in the first season. After they expressed their interest in a particular storage unit, bully Dave Hester drove the price way up, knowing that the couple didn't have much to spend. Their persistence paid off though. After spending $1,700 on the unit, Brandy and Jared uncovered a collection of classic toys that netted them a $13,000 profit. Not bad for the underdogs. Number 5. There has yet to be found a craftier and bullish bidder on Storage Wars like Dave Hester. Like them or hate them, his methods were effective. Another big find for Hester came when he employed his acting skills to discourage anyone else from bidding on a unit he felt good about. A cursory glance revealed that the locker was filled with old, broken vending machines. However, his keen eye had spotted that there were new ones in the back. He then continued to rant on how worthless the unit was until the other buyers lost interest. He snagged it for $1,300 and sold the new machines for nearly $28,000 profit. Number 6. Risky ventures are nothing new to the bidding champion known as Daryl Sheets. He made a name for himself by taking on risks that many of the other bidders were not willing to. Sheets struck gold yet again when he uncovered a storage unit stuffed to the brim with mint condition comic book memorabilia. The gambler invested $2,700 in getting the storage locker, and when he did, it was all worth it. He struck what could have only been termed as comic book heaven, finding 7 truckloads of comic books that were still in mint condition. The entire loot was valued at around $91,000. Number 7. In 2011, a near mint condition copy of Action Comics #1 was found by the winner of a California storage auction. The comic was later sold on ComicConnect.com for more than $2 million. This wasn't just any comic book. It is the first Superman comic, titled Action Comics #1. Worth about $1 million. Bizarrely, the comic's former owner was none other than Hollywood legend Nicolas Cage, who, having purchased it for $150,000 in 1997, reported it stolen in the year 2000. It is unclear whether or not the comic was eventually returned to its original owner. Number 8. Beach Boys Archive. Back in the late 2000s, a Florida, USA radio station decided to play the Storage Wars game, purchasing the contents of a locker at blind auction for something like $300. The locker had originally been rented in the 1970s, but sometime around 2006, the hirer stopped paying and the contents listed in the auction as documents and papers were sold off to repay the bill and to clear the locker. Those documents and papers turned out to be photographs, handwritten lyric sheets, musical arrangements, contracts, and even royalty checks belonging to 60s superstars The Beach Boys. After an 8-year court battle with the remaining members of The Beach Boys trying to reclaim ownership of the material, the incredible archive was eventually sold via a sealed bid auction for an undisclosed sum, somewhere in excess of £6 million. Number 9. The cousin duo of Jorgen and Christian from Storage Wars. Miami found some vintage styled skydiving tricycles that just got us feeling all nostalgic. They may not have been the original, but they were pretty close to the original, run mini trucks, so these productions still managed to be valued at $250 a piece. However, Jorgen got so taken aback by the find that he didn't even wait for the vintage cycle to be emulated. He decided to rekindle his childhood and give it a test run, and the poor thing could not even hold together for long as it had wheel damage. Jorgen, how could you? Number 10. Ivory dominoes. In a bid to save the last of the elephant, it has become a global law that hunting for and trade in ivory is illegal. This, however, did not stop some ivory enthusiasts from making one of America's favorite pastime games from the tusk of an African elephant. Masterfully and intricately sculpted, potentially illegal ivory dominoes were found by cousin Jorgen and Christian in a storage locker which they had won during a bid in Miami. Don't get us wrong, it's sad how these had to be created, but it hurts just a little less knowing these were crafted about 100 years ago. Anyways guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button if you did, and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our future content. Also, don't forget to check out the 2 videos you're seeing on screen right now. With that said, I'll see you guys in the next video.